Now we're going to take the belt off. So just take a picture of how it's oriented on which pulleys on what side and everything. Now we're going to take a 3/8 drive, breaker bar or whatever you have available. We're going to press it towards the driver's side. Taking out the tensioner is a 15mm. Now we're going to take off the idler pulley, 12mm. Okay, so next we're going to drain the coolant into a bucket. There's a little hose that's sticking at the bottom already, so that's nice that they pre-fitted it. So if you look right there, there's the petcock. You're going to unscrew that, and that little sideways U shape is what goes down onto the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and unscrew that petcock and drain all the coolant. Now we're going to go ahead and take off the upper radiator hose, 8mm clamp. Now we're going to go ahead and take off all the bolts that hold this cover. There's a bunch of 10s all around, down there, and then all the way across. Okay, now we're going to take off these two 13mm bolts. Now we're going to take off this 15mm. It's in this little cubby hole. If you want to, you can remove these two so it kind of comes straight up. I'm just going to pry it out. Now we're going to loosen the crankshaft pulley, 18mm. Right there it says TDC, and then there's that little nub on the crankshaft gear, timing gear, that's offset. But if you see right here, there's a little notch in the cam gear, and there's a slot right here on the front timing shroud. Then we're gonna have to line that up. So we're 180 off. So we're gonna have to rotate the crank, but we broke the torque on the crank first, just so once everything's lined up, I can just hold on to the pulley and loosen the nut, and we can take off the crank pulley. So we gotta rotate this to this lower gear, or this lower notch, and this lower notch match these top slots. So now let's rotate it until the notch is lined up. And now you can see, I'm gonna fine tune this right off camera, but that's just a smidge off. That one's just a smidge off, and so is the bottom, just that little bit. But at least now we know that it's correctly timed where the gears are, or the camshaft gears and the crank gear. We can go ahead and take off that crank pulley. Here's a crank pulley. And then I'm buying this kit just to build my toolbox inventory. All it is just a a shortened version of like a 3-jaw puller, specific for Chryslers and I think other GMs and stuff like that. The ones that have big oversized pulleys that you can just grab onto the inside shoulders. So that's what we're gonna do with this guy. You can see it's a lot smaller than other ones compared to something like this. And this was only like 30 bucks on Amazon, so can't go wrong. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and take off the fan and fan shrouds. We're gonna disconnect this electrical connector. There's a bolt right behind that harness right there, and then one right over there. You're gonna push down the clip and you pull out the connector. 2 10mm bolts. Now we'll go ahead and walk it out. So I put the little C-clamp or the claws on it. I had to take off all the pins and individually install each 3 legs. And when all 3 were installed, then I had to go one by one and install the pins, which took a little bit. But eventually I got it. I am using the second shortest pin. The first one, it only left me with like a 1/2 inch of threads to pull that pulley. So the second to shortest one gives me about 1 inch or so, and that should be enough to pull off the pulley. So it's a fixed 15/16 to hold the adapter, and then just I'm going to use a 3/8 ratchet to install it. Now that we got the crank pulley off, we can go ahead and take this lower timing shield. There's a 10mm, a T40 Torx for whatever reason, 10mm at the bottom, 10mm right here, and then a 14mm nut right there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take off the tensioner. There's 2 13mm bolts from the bottom. This is just where the showing you where they're at. We're going to be coming from the bottom. There you go. Now we can go ahead and remove the belt. Got the timing belt off of the engine. So now we can go ahead and work on the water pump. There is a bunch of different ones. So as we're taking them out, I'm going to break the torque on all of them loose so the water pump evenly comes out. And I have it oriented the same way over here on the new one. And so we're gonna take out a bolt, put it in this slot, so we have it oriented correctly when it goes all back in. Should be minimal since we drained it. So yeah, so this seal, I don't know how zoomed in it is, but it's completely flat. I can see why it was leaking. So we're gonna have to clean off this whole sealing surface because all that coolant that just seeped by the seal and just crusted over time. So we're gonna have to clean all this up. A little tear right there in the seal, and it's just crusty and dirty all the way around. But now I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off camera. It's just gonna be plastic scrapers, brake clean, and maybe a razor if there's some hard stuff, but I'm gonna make sure I go flat and smooth so I don't gouge the metal, so we don't risk having another leak. Okay, got the surface more or less cleaned up. I'm not gonna make it spit shine or anything, but just I made sure that there's no rises from like dirt. Most of what you see is just like stained, but it's perfectly flat. So now we can go ahead and install our water pump. So using my marks that I match with the old belt, and I even counted multiple times, counted every single valley in between the gaps to make sure that it matched over and over again. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. I got the top cams set up. I'm gonna start slowly installing the tensioner, and I got one last dot marked right here that I'm gonna line up with this mark that I did earlier when I took it off, just so I know from this cam to that dot, this side is tensioned and then this is the loose side. So that's the last mark I gotta get. Okay, got my timing marked on the passenger side, got it on the driver's side, and down here I got that mark lined up, and I got the tensioner on to hold everything tight. Now the torque for this tensioner is 20 foot-pounds, so I'm going to go ahead and put that. It's 240 inch-pounds. Alright, that other one I had to do with the wrench since I don't have it room to put the torque wrench in here. So it's only 20 foot-pounds, so it's not much. So now the whole timing is set up. We can go ahead and start putting everything back together. Okay, got the serpentine belt on. It's fully aligned with all the pulleys. Now we're going to go ahead and fill the coolant. We're going to bleed the system. Alright, so now top off the coolant. Well, this is dry topping off, you know, it's going to start sucking fluid in once the motor starts running. Kind of touch everything that you removed, kind of make sure that you got everything on. Going to go inside the car and start it up. And we're going to turn on the heater so the heater core gets filled. And we're just going to monitor this. Okay, so now we're going to come in here, throw it on full heat, boom, boom. Defrosting floor heat. And I'm just going to sit here for 20-30 minutes, see if the temp gauge goes up, or unless it's like one of those systems where you need to close off the system to build pressure to bleed it and then top it off when it cools down again. So, but that's how it is. Make sure the coolant bleeds. And yeah, that's how you change a water pump and timing belt on a Chrysler 300 3.5 liter. Hopefully this video helps y'all. Y'all have a good one.